Hello and welcome everybody, Interjection here with another Age of Empires 3 1v1 commentary. This is my 7th commentary on my brand new channel, and I'm not quite sure why I keep introducing this as a game of Age of Empires 3, because I should hope that most of you know by now. Anyway, we're going to turn view lock off and we'll take a look at what Blue's Explorer is doing. Looks like he's taking a crack shot on this big treasure here. Obviously, Sonora is a map which is notoriously bad for having treasures, so working away at these larger ones at the very beginning of the game is perfectly acceptable. Blue, what is going on? You've taken a ton of damage there, unnecessary. Oh my god, almost all of his hit points gone. Wow, that is not good. We're going to look at Hallie and see what he is up to. And as you can see, I thought he would do this. These three gatherers were trying to build the trading post with the Explorer. He wanted this up super quick so that he could get it up and have this Travis. Obviously, when the Travelers walks past a trading post, you'll gain a whole bunch of XP, and this green bar will jump up to the top, and you'll get that 3 settler shipment so quickly if you manage to get this trading post up before the Travelers man pass. But just like in my last commentary where Umeu and Hallie played, those 3 gatherers built the trading post, but the Travelers man walked past it too quickly, and therefore all of the building time there was wasted, and these settlers might as well have been gathering. Kind of a little bit imbalanced because Blue, as you can see here, is going to get some XP here. And we'll watch this green bar, going to jump up, and as you can see, he'll be able to get his first 3 settlers on the way faster or sooner than Hallie, which means he will have a little bit more gather time, though it is not particularly significant, but still worth noting. We'll switch back to Umeu and see what he is doing. He has 54 hit points on his Explorer, so I do not see how he is going to get very many treasures. I did say, obviously, this map is very bad for treasures, so perhaps it won't pay out too badly. Idle Explorer there. Umeu, what are you doing today? Idle Explorer going, looks like, okay, so crack-shotting that treasure again. Working on this treasure, as I said, he can try and taking more shots on that. That is not good. Anyway, now 7 hit points, but has taken off 2 of the Guardians here. It is possible to crack-shot these Guardians and not take any damage at all. And but you know, not happening today. 360 XP is huge, and we'll take a look at the treasures on the map. See, 240 XP there, guarded very heavily. Explorer hit points 100%. Not sure why that is guarded so heavily, but it is. Obviously, that's very difficult to get. An unguarded 20 coin treasure there. That's see, we've seen that. 2 native scouts guarded by 3 outlaw pistol. That's really over guarded. Another 455 wood, really well guarded. So, you know, no small treasures on this map. So, actually, neither player going to be getting any. So, perhaps that, you know, either whatever it was, that mistake, losing all of those hit points so soon, that is, you know, it's not going to be as bad as one might think. But you see, Blue, staying in his base, to be honest, hasn't really scouted very much of the map at all. Perhaps he's concerned about losing that Explorer. Obviously, it's very low hit points. Red can just scout the map, no problem, you know, walking around the map. We'll switch back to Hallie. As you can see, he's scouted a much larger portion of the map. But I'll turn Fog of War off completely now, and I'll talk about what the players have done. Actually, it looks like here, obviously, they're clicking up. He's chosen the Governor. Hallie has chosen to age up with the Governor, which will grant him an outpost wagon. A wagon which transforms into an outpost, or like similar to a watchtower. And for you Age of Empires 2 fans, of course, and it will give him 200 coin as well, which signposts to me that he wants to do a fast fortress. Obviously, he's got 700 coin in his deck. His deck is mostly composed of Fortress Age unit shipments, which does heavily suggest a fast fortress. Obviously, he's going to rush to the Fortress Age and then use we see 1 trading post already up. We see a 2nd now going up. Had all of his settlers on wood for a moment there, getting some extra wood for a 2nd trading post, obviously to increase the to increase the XP income. And obviously, the more XP you have, the more shipments. So rushing to the Fortress Age to start using these shipments and have a very powerful, you know, Fortress Age military, which he can be very aggressive with. Anyway, but both players on this map started with 400 wood and 100 food. Because it is a mirror, generally speaking, all the civilizations playing will start with similar crates. And they would be the same, as in this mirror they are the same, and in all mirrors crate starts are the same. But generally speaking, civilizations do start with similar resources, and the only difference is the civilization that you're playing. For example, Dutch require a lot of coin because obviously their settlers cost coin and not food. So they'd start with, more coin than other civilizations. But generally speaking, you do start with similar resources here. We see Halley going for 700 coin as his first colonial shipment there, which does confirm to me, especially since all of his settlers are on food, that he wants to go for a fast fortress. Obviously, the age up, to click up to the fortress age, it will cost 1,200 food and 1,000 coin. So he's collecting lots of food. In fact, all of his settlers are on food to get that 1,200 food, and he aged up with 200 coin, shipping 700 coin, only has to find 100 coin from somewhere, which he now has, and now gathering up these crates. So he'll be able to click up very soon. 700 wood now on the way, because obviously if you are fast fortressing, you cannot send any of these military shipments if you do not have enough population. So he will use the wood there for a military building and 5 houses. So we'll switch back to Umeu and see what he is up to. He is having a more colonial agenda, so you can see he's not going to the fortress age. By a colonial agenda, if that wasn't obvious, he's in the colonial age. I say that because I am aware that a lot of my subscribers recently do not play, or perhaps did not directly come from Age of Empires 3. So colonial agenda, colonial age thing. 700 wood on the way there. That is a nice first shipment. Actually, his first shipment was 3 hussars. There they are, coming into the base, doing a little bit of raiding down here. Not being too effective, though. We'll take the fog of war back on. See, he, ran straight through. He hasn't seen where Red is gathering his resources. Actually, Red has done a very good job of herding this game. He's managed to shoot enough bison into his base to gather around his town centre rather than out over here. So it's a little bit safer there. But as a Umeu, first shipment, 3 hussars, being a little bit aggressive with that, trying to obviously kill off that settler, taking some damage. Where's his explorer? I believe the explorer might have crack-shotted one of the guardians here. And then, since the settler was gathering from this bison and the explorer escaped, the treasure guardians decided to attack the only thing in range, which was the settler there. And obviously, that means it was going to get killed because these are so strong. Still can't believe he lost so many hit points on that early explorer, though. That is huge. You don't want to be doing that. And he is very lucky that there's so many terrible treasures on this map. Actually, these are very nice treasures, but they're what I mean is they're very overguarded, so it's not going to make too much difference either way. But here, colonial agenda coming in with, so far he's got 10 Janissaries. Sorry, Janissaries. I don't know why I call them Janissaries. But yeah, more on the way, 15 over. So he's got 15 Janissaries here. Brought down that first barracks here. And he's now actually getting the stagecoach upgrade over here, which he's upgrading the trading route, which will upgrade the entire route for both players, meaning both players will benefit from it. He has built this second one here. Has 200 wood in stockpiled, so he could collect 50 more wood and then build the next trading post. But then obviously once he's upgraded the trading post here, he'll probably configure both trading sites to wood. Obviously once it is upgraded, you can collect resources, not just XP. When it is not upgraded, you cannot collect XP. So put it on wood, and then with the wood that's coming in, he can, build the rest of the trading route. But it does mean that Red can benefit from, obviously, Halley about to hit the fortress age very soon now, and then we'll see what his first shipment is in a moment. But taking a look at Blue over here, he lost his explorer again, but we see a settler now coming in. Obviously, settlers can pick up treasures. He's killed all the treasure guardians on the lost blanket of Empire Zoo, and getting 360 XP. And, I was looking at Halley. I thought I was looking at Umeu, but I wanted to see the green bar jump up. Unfortunately, I didn't see it there. See, Halley is now in the fortress age. So you can see here, getting the veteran Janissary upgraded straight away. Obviously, where's his units over here? During transition to the fortress age, he trained 10 Janissaries, but only managed to get 9. And he aged up with the marksman and shipped, obviously, 4 ambush guns, getting very aggressive very quickly here. But Umeu, on the other hand, with his colonial agenda, has tried to do a little bit of pressure. Obviously, the 3 hussars there, going for some raids. And they're coming in and training lots of Janissaries. Looks like going for a more eco approach, though. By eco approach, I mean like he's using the military to walk around the map and get some of these larger treasures, which are worth a lot of experience points. And obviously, that XP is going to help him out in the Fortress Age as well, or even in the Colonial Age. But I think, obviously, well, here he is. Going up with the Exiled Prince, he just shipped, what was it, 700 food to get the age up in queue pretty quick. And now, obviously, the Exiled Prince will not grant him a bonus upon aging up. As you can see, is aging up seriously quickly. That is what the Exiled Prince does. But here, Red, now going back to his base, has actually finished off the trading post and is now retreating. He knows that, obviously, Blue has been in the Colonial Age for a while. Halley knows that Blue has been Colonial and has probably been massing a lot of units. See, he hasn't, you know, isn't scouting, but is wary because Blue's army will be quite strong and will be able. Obviously, he's only just hit the Fortress Age, so doesn't have particularly much military. Obviously, he only managed to mass 10 Janissaries in the Colonial Age, which is, you know, fairly good, and then 5 more, and now only getting the 20th Janissary, well, actually the 18th Janissary here, and his first, well, yes, his first Fortress Age shipment has just now arrived. So this is the point where he doesn't need to be too worried about Blue anymore, because he now has a decent force. Obviously, that first Fortress Age shipment has arrived, and it is 8 Janissaries, which he has upgraded to Veteran, so they are very good. Take a look at Umeu. Here he is. He's got 20 Janissaries. So, you know, Umeu having on 20 here. Halley has 22 and 4 Abbas guns. So Umeu is now in the Fortress Age as well, as shipped 2 Falconets there. So actually Blue has a stronger army just due to the Falconets, but does not have the Veteran Janissary upgrade. So yeah, both players being a little bit passive at the moment. Obviously Red might not think he has a large enough force. He's a little bit concerned. He does now know that Umeu is in the Fortress Age, so he might be expecting things like Falconets and such. Obviously Blue staying back as well. What is he waiting for? I don't really know what he's waiting for. If I was Blue, I would be pushing out now since the cannons have arrived, and I would feel as if I'm not pushing now that my cannons have arrived, that I am wasting time, and the advantage of the cannons is slowly diminishing. Okay, so Blue now marching out. Perhaps he is going to push out now. The Red sitting around, you know, claiming some of the route. It is upgraded. It kind of does surprise me Blue has not starting to build trading posts either, because they are a very good income once upgraded. 108 wood every time it passes. So actually having the trading post is a very good idea. So conflict beginning here. Anyway, before the fight really gets going, I don't think Red will fight that. Obviously, there's a lot of Janissaries there. He can't get through, and those Falconets are just gonna, you know, Falconets are very good against infantry, and all Red has is infantry, bar the 4 Abbas guns, which are actually Ottoman light artillery, but they're kind of classed as infantry. I mean, like a Lancer, for example, does ×3 versus infantry. It will do ×3 versus an Abbas gun. So they are, in a way, infantry as well. So these cannons, all they would do is absolutely wreck these units. So Red isn't going to get involved here. What is Halley shipping? 2 Falconets of his own. That's a good idea. Obviously, what else does he have? He could send, you know, cavalry to deal with the cannons, but it's just, you know, cannons are more effective. Cannons on cannon, and when the fight truly does get going, it will be who can micro out the other person's falconet. It isn't quite as simple as that, but sometimes it does come down to it, who can kill the other player's falconets with their own falconets first. Not always though. Obviously this game is much more complex than that. Obviously I really didn't talk about this. He did ship, Umeu has a lot of coin, and that is because he shipped his 1,000 coin shipment. Why has he done that? Well, he can't use the coin for units. Obviously these cost mostly food, and that is why his economy is mostly set up on food, with only a few on coin to support his massing Janissaries. That is what he is doing. He has got the Veteran Janissary upgrade, didn't notice that. Now sending his Minutemen, and not to be defensive, but using them aggressively, because that is the kind of player Umeu is. Okay, so we do have a little bit of conflict down here, but what I was going to talk about is that 1,000 coin. He's about to get his next shipment, and when he does, which will be any second now, he will send the Mamelukes, which is absolutely crazy. I talk about this nearly every Ottoman or Portuguese game, because both civilizations have those, and Mamelukes are widely... Oh my goodness, okay, Blue coming in here with 3 Hussars around the back, sneaky little bugger, trying to get in and kill off the Falconets. That they're doing a very good job. That last remaining Falconet going down. Now Blue has almost a full HP Falconet, whereas Red does not. And with regards to how many Janissaries they have, Blue 24 there. We'll quickly switch over to Halley. Halley has 20. So actually Blue, you know, has more units here. Red going to try and focus down that cannon, and then I imagine once that is down, which it is now down, he will try and get out of here, making sure that last cannon is down whilst he still has the opportunity to get rid of it. And now he will leave that fight, does not want to fight it. He's going to have to, you know, remass and reassess the situation here. But yes, Umeu, as you can see, now has the Mamelukes on the way. Those things are very, you know, they're going to make a big difference. It doesn't even matter that Janissaries are obviously anti-cavalry in theory. They have a solid ranged attack like musketeers, but they in-hand combat do 18 × 2, so you could count them as anti-cavalry. It doesn't even matter that they're anti-cavalry. Mamelukes have so many hit points that they're just going to tank. Obviously, against mass Jans, they won't do that well. Obviously, Mamelukes, anti-cavalry is still anti-cavalry, but Mamelukes, backed up by all of these Janissaries, are going to perform very well. The Mamelukes will just act as sponges and tanks, just soaking up all the damage. We'll take a look at Halley and see what he is up to. He is also shipping Mamluks as well. Does not have the 1000 coin in his deck, so it's not quite as accessible to him. Does mean he would have to put the majority of his units onto coin in order to get the Mamluks, because he'd have to save up 1000 coin, whereas Umeu just ships that straight up and gets that going. See, this is a nice fortress, both shipping Janissaries. I imagine, where is Umeu's Mamluks? Here they are, they're on the way, they're going to get involved, and Red does not quite have his Mamluks just yet. Obviously, Blue shipped his Minutemen as well, being super aggressive here. Okay, Red's units out of position, but they're not really. If they were, you know, so he's got Mamluks about to be delivered to this outpost here. He's changed the home city spawn point. There they are. Okay, so if those Mamluks were not arriving, those red Janissaries would have been totally out of position and would have been destroyed, obviously. There's a fairly even on the Janissaries. Looks like Blue has slightly more, and then Blue had Mamluks as well. But here, see, I really think that, correct me if I'm wrong, you higher level players, but Red should be focusing down each Janissary mass. See, Red should be focusing down the Janissaries, Blue should be focusing down Red's Janissaries, and that is because Janissaries have the highest damage output here. They do 24 range damage and only have, you know, less than 300 hit points. And although a Mamluk does do more damage than a Janissary, it has 34 hand attack, but it has 1,500 hit points. So obviously you could kill like a few, you know, 4 or 5 Janissaries, obviously I'm not going to do the maths here, before you could kill a Mamluk. So it'd be best to focus down the Janissaries and just ignore the Mamluks, despite that, you know, that range. You don't want to, if you're going to kill a Mamluk, you want to focus that particular Mamluk down. Here, obviously, all of these Mamluks have taken like half hit points, which is, you know, like 750 damage, and it doesn't mean shit, because they're still alive, you know, they're still going to be doing damage. If you're going to focus down a Mamluk, you want to do it properly here. So, Blue really, Red here not performing such great micro, despite him being a much better player than me, if I am correct, and I do think I am. So, here, doesn't look so good. See, looks like Halley obviously is trained 5 Abyss guns. Okay, yes, there's an artillery foundry down there. Now shipping Abyss guns. Good choice, to be honest. Obviously, mostly Blue's mass is Janissaries, and that might actually, these Abyss guns, obviously he's trained 5 and he's just shipped 5, so he now has 10 Abyss guns, and that might explain why he was perhaps trying to kill off these Mamluks. Obviously, Abyss guns are very weak to cavalry. They have, you know, very few hit points, and they need to kind of stay out of range of other units. And if a cavalry gets up close and personal like this, it's just gonna lose them. So perhaps that's why he was trying to bring down the Mams. But what's gonna happen here? Just looks like Red is gonna focus down the Mamluks as quickly as he can with his Abyss guns. It's not cost effective, but he needs to do it. He needs to get rid of these 2 Mamluks, and then obviously it's going to affect. He's going to lose. In terms of cost efficiency, he's going to lose a lot of Abyss guns, but once these Mamluks are down, then Blue will not be able to fight E, because all of the Abyss guns are going to do is hit and run micro tactics. As you can see here, he's going to shoot an Abyss gun. Sorry, one of the Abyss guns are going to shoot at Blue's units, and then if Blue tries to get up, see, if Blue tries to walk towards these Abyss guns and shoot them, obviously all Red is going to do is run away and then shoot, and then run away and then shoot, and that is because Abyss guns have a longer range than Janissaries, so he can out micro here. So Red, now building this trading post. Obviously it is upgraded, it is worth doing, and I'm surprised that Blue has not built any more trading posts sooner. We'll take a look at Umeu and see what he has sent. See, 1,000 coin, 8 Janissaries. I didn't notice them being sent, but it contributed to his large mass of Janissaries. Looks like Blue came in there and just focused down the Explorer. He also sent 2 Falconets, which we saw. He sent 5 Mamluks, which we saw. What we haven't seen, though, is the Spahi, which was sent. They are on the way. They are similar to Mamluks in the sense that they are kind of like mercenaries. They don't cost coin, but they do cost 1,000 food and a shipment. Obviously, Mamluks cost 1,000 coin and a shipment. And Spahis are very strong, unique Ottoman cavalry. See, okay, Blue just coming in there and focusing down that trading post whilst it is in construction. Obviously, when a building is in construction, it takes double damage. So, obviously, if you don't really want to be focusing down a building when Abyss guns are nearby, because those do mad damage to infantry, which is why Blue, I said, is not pushing. But now the Spahi have arrived, he can go back into pushing, and to be honest, it looks like this game is coming to a close. Spahi are very strong. They have 750 hit points, so half as much as a Mamluk, but they do 35 hand damage with an area of 3. Falconets have an area of 3. You know, that's crazy. These, like, like kind of like falconets, just like beasting out melee damage, and that looks like the end of the game. Those 2 falconets would have done a very nice job, providing Red could make some more anti-cavalry to protect them with, but obviously not going to stand up to Mamluks, just does not have enough Janissaries to protect those. Obviously now 5 cavalry archers just have arrived. I imagine that they were sent, Halley sent them to protect his, you know, his falconets with, but the falconets just getting destroyed before the cavalry archers even arrived, and that is the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, I feel like I've been inspired by BTM here with my new intro, and ladies, anyway, but that's not the point. We see Spahis just. Bear in mind, these veteran cavalry archers would go down very quickly, and then it just doesn't look like Halley has anything else he can do. It says he's got 3 shipments there, but he doesn't. It just always jumps up for some reason at the end of a recorded game. But, you know, the cavalry would come down here, and they would prevent these units from working, because obviously doing 3 area damage, Red does not want to keep his settlers out in the open. Obviously, Blue's had his settlers out in the open the entire game, but he just doesn't need to worry about raids, because all of the fighting has just been going on here, and, you know, you can keep tabs on it pretty nice, especially since his army is close by to his gatherers as well. But I am rambling on now. That is the end of the game. But yes, if you enjoyed the video, please do type GG into the comments section below. I want to kind of start off a trend where everybody types GG, because that's what we type at the end of a game, so why not do it on YouTube as well? But yes, thank you very much for watching. Likes are also appreciated, and I will see you next time.